Hello, my name is Mpendwa Millanzi. I'm your teacher today. That we are going to look on parts of the cell, but particularly we are going to deal with the cell membrane. So in our lesson today, we have two objectives to reach. One is to describe the structure of cell membrane, and the second one is to explain the selective permeability of the cell membrane. Now, to begin with our lesson, imagine this is you living with your mother in the same house. Then your mother gone for shopping. She told you that I'm going for shopping, and then she left you alone. When your mother left, after some time, you heard someone is knocking the door. That you wanted to open the door, but you hesitate. And then you went through the window and see who was it. Then you see a man with a gun. Will you be opening the door? Of course not. You will never open the door. And after some time, say a half an hour, again the door was knocked. Due to the fear that you have of the robber, you went through the window to see who was it again, and then you find it was your mother. Now this time we expect you to open the door. Now, as you open the door for your mother and you didn't open the door for the robber, this is how the cell membrane works. That is to say, cell membrane allows some materials to come in and others to go out, but not all. That is what we call semi-permeability of cell membrane. Let's ask ourselves, where is cell membrane located? Imagine this is an animal cell with three basic parts. We have part labeled 1, part labeled 2, and part labeled number 3. What are these parts? Number 1 represents a cell membrane, while number 2 is for cytoplasm and 3 is for nucleus. As I introduced the lesson today, that we are going to look only on cell membrane. Now, this, as you can see, is a representative diagram written as cell membrane. So cell membrane is made up by two important parts. One is protein layer and 2 is phospholipid bilayer. Cell membrane is double-walled membrane. It has the outermost part of it and the inner part of it. Those two outer and inner parts are made up by proteins. So it has a protein outer layer and protein inner layer. Between the two here, we have these ones known as phospholipid bilayer. They so-called phospholipid bilayer because they are two. Then we have this black thing here. This one. This black thing is the gate through which materials are allowed to pass through, and others are not. Now imagine there are particles that intends to enter the cell. Here we have these particles. This is the first one. Of course, it will go freely and enter into the cell. The second one. And say we have this one here. When it intends to pass through, it can't because it is bigger in size. That is where selective permeability of cell membrane is seen. Some of the materials are allowed to pass through while others are not. So if you look at this diagram, it's a bit complicated. It can be simplified by this drawing here. We have the two protein layers drawn in a blue color, and then we have the gates here. Then we have these red things here. Those two red things are known as phospholipid bilayer. So in which materials are passing is where there is these gates. Now the question is, what criteria the cell does use to select materials to pass through? The materials that are allowed to pass through are those which are, most of them are molecules, they're small molecules. And those which are rejected to pass through the cell membrane are charged ions and some other harmful materials that might harm the cell. I hope now you are in a good position of creating your own definition of what cell membrane is. With me here is a definition of cell membrane, that is an outermost part of an animal cell which encloses the inner parts of the cell. Knowing the definition, understanding how it works, then we can develop the functions of cell membrane. The functions of cell membrane are also here with me. One is for the protection of the innermost parts of the cell from being damaged, and two is for selective permeability of the cell. The question is, now you can answer it now or some other times, just like how cell membrane works, that it allows some materials to pass through. What processes at your homes that works as cell membrane does? To begin with, I can give you an example. That you have a sieve, you make tea. To have a clear tea, you have to filter the tea leaves. What others? Thank you very much.